What if I told you that the most powerful weapon you have is the voice inside your mind? These 9 Stoic truths, if repeated daily, can reshape your life from the inside out. It's not motivation, it's transformation, rooted in ancient wisdom. Have you ever wondered what your life would look like if you actually lived it at full capacity, not just existing, but truly expanding every single day? Imagine waking up not just with caffeine in your system, but with an unshakable sense of purpose, clarity, and energy that fuels every move you make. If that vision excites something deep inside you, then stay with me, because the path to that life begins with mastering your mindset. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. How many of us are genuinely living our lives to the fullest potential? I'm not talking about crossing off tasks or just getting through the day. I'm talking about waking up every morning with that fire, fueled not just by coffee or obligation, but by a relentless drive to improve, to excel, and to truly thrive in everything we do. If that sounds like the life you want, or maybe the life you've always known you were meant for, then what follows will speak directly to you. I have 9 powerful Stoic principles to share. Principles that aren't just philosophical musings but real, practical tools forged by ancient minds and proven by modern lives. They will help sharpen your thoughts, solidify your purpose, and strengthen the connection you have with your truest self. These timeless ideas are here to guide you in today's fast-paced, distracting world, helping you stay grounded while everything else moves at lightning speed. So if you're looking for a morning routine that does more than just get you out of bed, one that elevates your mind, your focus, and your clarity, then stick around. Let's begin with something simple but deeply transformative every morning. When you wake up, tell yourself, I am capable. It's more than just a phrase, it's a declaration, a statement of your inner power. Not arrogance, not ego, but a grounding reminder that you've got what it takes. You possess strength, clarity, and the resilience to take on anything life decides to throw at you. This mindset isn't about pretending everything's easy. It's about acknowledging your readiness to face difficulty with wisdom and calm. It's about planting both feet firmly on the ground as you rise, knowing with certainty that you are fully equipped for both the challenges and the opportunities that today may hold. In a world that's quick to point out your flaws, your gaps, your not enoughs, this daily ritual of affirmation is more than optimism, it's your armor. It's your declaration that you are not defined by what you lack, but by how you rise. And speaking of rising, what would happen if your very first thought each day aligned you with power, focus, and purpose? Let's explore how to make that happen, together. When you begin each morning by affirming, I am capable, you're not just fueling your confidence, you're launching a powerful chain reaction that sets the tone for your day. Now let's dive even deeper into the strength this mindset brings. Recognize your own value and capabilities. There will be moments, many, in fact, when doubt creeps in quietly, whispering questions about your worth. And when it does, this simple yet profound affirmation can be your guiding light, the anchor that pulls you back to your inner strength each time you say, I am capable. You're not just reassuring yourself. You're standing up against every voice, internal or external, that ever tried to convince you otherwise. It's not about arrogance. It's not about pretending you have all the answers. It's about grounding yourself in the truth that you do have what it takes to face the world head on. The world can be unpredictable, harsh, even unfair, but your response to it, your inner belief, your mindset, that's yours to command. And that's where your true power lies. Adopting this mindset transforms how you approach everything. Every task becomes purposeful. Every interaction carries intention. You stop merely reacting, and you start shaping your reality. And here's the beautiful part. This confidence doesn't stay inside, it radiates. People notice. They listen more closely. They trust more deeply. Why? Because someone who genuinely believes in themselves gives others permission to do the same. Ask yourself this. How many times have you said, I can't? Now let's flip the script. You absolutely can. You hold the power to shape your life. The Stoics, those ancient masters of clarity and wisdom, taught that our perception creates our reality. So what does that mean today? It means the lens through which you see the world, the story you tell yourself about what you can or can't do, writes the blueprint for your life. When you embrace the belief, I create my reality, you stop being a passive character in someone else's narrative. You become the author of your own. You realize that every choice, every mindset, every belief you carry is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. So now, the real question is, are you ready to write a story that truly reflects who you are? Because in the next section, we'll unlock the next Stoic principle, where clarity becomes your compass. And your internal dialogue becomes your most powerful ally. And once you've embraced your power to shape your own reality, imagine how that shifts the way you approach each and every day. Every reaction, every thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. This isn't about pretending your challenges don't exist. It's about facing them head on, and then realizing that you hold the power to navigate through them, transform them, or even use them as stepping stones to something greater. This principle reminds us of one bold truth. Don't wait around for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to move forward. Raise your head and ask yourself, why wait for the right moment, when I can create it myself? Each new day is ripe with opportunities to take control, to make deliberate decisions, to steer your life in the direction you choose. Whether it's switching careers, healing a broken relationship, or starting a personal project that ignites your passion, the fuel to move forward lies in one belief. You have the power to shape the outcome. Imagine waking up each morning not with dread, but with conviction. You know you hold the reins to your own day. You decide how to view every interaction, every obstacle, through a proactive lens. And that shift doesn't just open new possibilities, it multiplies them. When you truly live with this mindset, it's not just internal, it radiates outward. You become more decisive, you embrace risk with courage, you bounce back faster from setbacks. Because deep down, you know, every small action is a tool in sculpting the masterpiece of your life. Claiming this power is energizing, but it also comes with responsibility. It means taking conscious control of your thoughts and your mindset. Every I can strengthens your resolve. Every I will moves you forward, brick by brick. Next, we'll unlock a principle that strengthens this power even further, by teaching you how to master your emotional reactions before they shape your outcomes. Because clarity of thought begins with control of emotion. To shape your reality, you not only change how you see the world, you transform how the world sees you. Too often, we wake up with our minds still tangled in the regrets of yesterday or clouded by the uncertainties of today. It's like trying to run forward while dragging a heavy net behind you. But what if there were a different way, a mental ritual that clears the fog and sets the tone for clarity, direction, and strength? Each morning, when you tell yourself, my path is clear, you're not just whispering wishful thinking into the void. You're declaring intent. You're sending a message to your brain that today will not be ruled by doubt or hesitation. This mantra isn't naive. It doesn't deny that there will be obstacles. Life is full of them, curveballs, delays, heartbreak, criticism. But embracing this clarity-driven mindset changes the way you interpret those obstacles. Instead of viewing them as walls to stop you, you begin to see them as stepping stones, each one helping you rise a little higher. When you start your day with a clear mind and a determined heart, you're doing something more powerful than motivation. You're rewiring your perception. You're training your mind to focus not on problems, but on pathways, on solutions, on movement. This doesn't mean the road gets easier, it means you get better at walking it. Every obstacle becomes a disguised teacher, and every lesson it offers becomes fuel for your wisdom, your growth, and your calm resolve. You begin to navigate your days not with frantic energy, but with deliberate, strategic presence. Because clarity isn't just about seeing the road ahead, it's about understanding your why. Where are you going? Why does it matter? What are you willing to endure to get there? When you operate with that level of inner vision, your path doesn't just feel clear, it is clear. Not because life becomes easy, but because you're no longer distracted by what doesn't serve you. Now, what happens when clarity meets emotional control? In the next principle, we explore how managing your emotional response becomes the secret weapon for staying grounded and steady, no matter what chaos swirls around you. Even if your path winds and twists, what truly matters is remaining steadfast, with a focused heart and your eyes fixed on the destination. Keeping your mind clear doesn't mean your journey will always be smooth. There will be moments when you need to pivot, recalibrate, or even take a step back. But true mental resilience comes from staying flexible in your tactics while remaining firm in your vision. Think of yourself as a seasoned sailor, not trying to control the wind, but learning how to set the sails just right to move forward. To go even further on this journey, you need to let go of the old baggage, past failures, lingering fears, and the invisible judgments you place on yourself. These burdens are like stones tied to your feet, weighing you down each time you try to move forward. But each morning, when you affirm, "My path is clear," you're letting go of those stones, walking lighter, freer, more focused. And then comes a simple yet profound declaration: I grow stronger daily. It's not just a feel-good mantra, it's a powerful reminder that personal excellence isn't born overnight. It's the result of consistent, intentional action. Each challenge you face and every mistake you make becomes a building block, strengthening your character and sharpening your wisdom. Some days you'll make giant leaps. Other days, it might feel like you're moving backward. But even those difficult days are rich with lessons that are essential to shaping the stronger version of yourself. Every misstep isn't a failure, it's a call to adapt, to learn, and to become more resilient. Embracing daily growth also means recognizing and celebrating your progress, no matter how small it seems. Maybe today you spoke a little more calmly, or you conquered a fear, or simply handled a stressful situation with more grace than yesterday. These small wins matter. They are the quiet proof that you are on the path of self-improvement, and they fuel your motivation to keep moving forward. More importantly, a growth mindset fosters self-compassion and patience. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go perfectly. But true growth means treating yourself like a gardener would treat a delicate seed, nurturing it daily. Not expecting overnight transformation, but trusting the process with love and care, building from your daily commitment to growth. We now step into a deeper principle of Stoic living, one that isn't about impressing others, but about living in integrity with your highest values. When you realize that growth is a personal journey, unique to your own path, you begin to honor your pace rather than rushing to match someone else's. We often fall into the trap of comparing our progress with others, feeling inadequate, late, or behind. But Stoicism reminds us that real transformation is not measured by others' timelines. It's cultivated quietly, daily, and intentionally. And at the core of that transformation lies a powerful declaration: I commit to excellence. This isn't just a motivational phrase, it's a life-defining decision. A commitment that echoes through everything you do. It aligns your actions, thoughts, and choices with your highest sense of virtue. According to Stoic philosophy, who we are is defined not by what we say, but by the effort we pour into living virtuously. Excellence isn't about outperforming others. It's not about trophies, applause, or accolades. Excellence is about showing up every day and giving your full self to the work at hand, to relationships, to personal growth, to your purpose. It's about embracing the discomfort, the grind, the repetition. It's the daily work to rise above yesterday's limits. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our effort, our discipline, our moral character, and our response to the world around us. When you say, I commit to excellence, you're taking full responsibility for those elements: your effort, your resilience, and your mindset. You are embodying the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Each morning you repeat that commitment. It serves as a quiet prompt, not to seek perfection, but to live aligned with your values. It reminds you to strive, even when no one's watching. It challenges you to push forward when others pause, not out of judgment, but out of your own unwavering standard. Because the path of excellence is often walked alone, not in loneliness, but in personal responsibility. True success, as the Stoics saw it, is forged through consistent effort, not luck or recognition. So the question becomes, what happens when your excellence meets adversity? In the next section, we'll explore the power of calm strength, a Stoic ability that doesn't just carry you through the storm, but helps you walk through it with grace. Discipline isn't just about chasing accomplishments, it's about who you become along the way. Each morning you rise, each moment you choose to stay on course, you're forging a stronger, wiser, more focused version of yourself. You're not just honing your craft, you're shaping your values. You're not just checking off goals, you're cultivating depth, compassion, and character. And over time, you begin to lead, not just at work or on a stage, but in the everyday choices that shape your life. Quietly, consistently, authentically, but lurking beneath the surface of all that effort is a cunning enemy: excuses. Saying, "Excuses do not define me," is more than just a line. It's a declaration of strength. Because excuses? They're not harmless. They're the subtle stories we tell ourselves to explain inaction. They sound like relief, but they act like chains. They whisper, "It's too hard. You don't have time. It's not the right moment." And if we buy into those narratives, we surrender our power to grow, to change, and to move forward. From the Stoic perspective, the only thing we ever truly own is our ability to choose how we respond. So every time life throws a curveball, we're faced with two options: make an excuse, or make a move. Yes, excuses might feel like a shortcut to comfort, but they come at a long-term cost: stagnation, regret, and the slow erosion of belief in yourself. Taking ownership, however, reignites everything. It puts you back in the driver's seat. It transforms setbacks into stepping stones and challenges into change. Refusing excuses means interrupting the autopilot response that says, "This is too much." Instead, you pause and ask, "Is this truly impossible, or just uncomfortable?" That moment of reflection is the moment of power. And in choosing responsibility over excuses, you begin to write your story again, one of growth, clarity, and resilience. So what's next? After cutting through the fog of excuses, we turn to a force that's just as quiet, just as powerful: patience. In the next section, we'll discover how Stoicism teaches us to embrace the long view, where progress isn't loud, but lasting. So after pushing past excuses and choosing ownership over avoidance, what comes next? It's a bold shift, one that moves you from defending your limitations to boldly claiming your potential. "I don't have enough time. I'm just not good enough." We've all whispered these phrases to ourselves at one point or another. But let's be clear, those aren't truths. They're walls we build when we're afraid to climb. This next Stoic principle challenges that internal narrative head-on. It's not about criticizing yourself or denying your struggles. It's about standing eye to eye with them, and making the conscious decision to act anyway. True growth demands an unflinching self-assessment. It asks you to look at your current limits not with shame, but with honesty. What are you truly capable of? What small but deliberate steps can you take right now? Each time you resist the urge to make an excuse, you're adding one more brick to a foundation built on strength. You're choosing a self-image rooted in capability, not limitation. And it doesn't stop there. This isn't just about resilience, it's about purposeful action. Living with intention means your choices are not random reactions to life's chaos. Instead, every move you make is deliberate, guided by values and aligned with the future you're working toward. When you walk this path, you begin to eliminate the hiding places for excuses. You create space only for solutions, not for shortcuts. Your actions become extensions of your principles, not just emotional escapes. So when you say, "Excuses do not define me," what you're really saying is, "I define myself by my effort, my courage, my direction." Even the smallest step forward becomes meaningful when it's made with clarity and purpose. And here's where something powerful happens. You stop seeing setbacks as signs of failure. Instead, they become mile markers, moments of learning and transformation. Every challenge becomes a teacher, not a wall. Now, let's go even deeper. You've broken free from excuses. You've chosen intention. So what do you build on that foundation? It's time to affirm something many people are afraid to believe. I am designed for greatness. Let that settle in your bones for a moment. This isn't about arrogance. It's about accepting the responsibility that comes with your unique gifts. You weren't born to simply survive. You were born to contribute, to rise, to leave something meaningful behind. You're not just another name in a crowd. You carry a singular power that no one else does. And when you recognize that, your life takes on a new shape. Transitional hook, bridging from previous page. Once you've accepted that you were designed for greatness, every step you take in life becomes more intentional, more purposeful, and undeniably more powerful. You carry something within you that no one else in this world can offer, a unique gift. And that gift isn't just a blessing to yourself. It's a responsibility, one you owe not only to your own growth but to the people around you who can be uplifted by your contribution. Understanding that you are designed for greatness transforms your entire approach to life. Daily challenges aren't seen as burdens anymore, they become invitations. Opportunities to inch closer to your highest potential. It's a mindset shift from, I have to, into, I get to. That small change in language represents a seismic shift in perspective. This belief in your destined greatness isn't meant to pressure you into relentless productivity or performance. Instead, it serves as a beacon, a source of daily inspiration. It encourages steady growth. It reminds you to be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and an even stronger one tomorrow. Let that knowledge be the fuel that drives you. Let it lift you when doubts come, and ground you when success tempts your ego. Because when you truly believe in your potential, your choices begin to reflect that belief. You act with more intention. You align your habits with your vision. And yes, you become more resilient. Because setbacks, they become temporary bumps on a long road towards something incredible. Sharing your gift with the world isn't just about personal satisfaction, it's about impact. Whether through your career, creative passions, or everyday interactions, you're given countless moments to make a difference. Maybe it's using your skills to solve problems. Maybe it's using your voice to encourage others. Or simply showing up as your best self. That alone can raise the energy of everyone around you. And yet, in a world overflowing with noise, where opinions echo endlessly, staying true to your path can be difficult. How do you keep moving forward when you're surrounded by conflicting voices telling you who to be, what to believe, and what to fear? This leads us to the next powerful Stoic principle, one that acts like a fortress in the chaos. External opinions do not sway me. Let's explore how to protect your inner truth, and why mastering this discipline could be the most liberating. Too often, we let other people's opinions shape how we think, how we act, even how we value ourselves. We alter our behavior, our appearance, even our goals, not because we want to, but because we think others expect us to. But here's the truth that can change your life. Other people's opinions do not define your reality. You do. Every time you remind yourself that external opinions don't sway you, you reclaim a piece of your autonomy. You take back control of your identity. You declare that your worth is not up for public debate. You are choosing to be guided not by fleeting voices of others, but by the steady compass of your own conviction. This doesn't mean you disregard all feedback or isolate yourself from the thoughts and emotions of those around you. Instead, it means developing the discernment to know which voices genuinely help you grow, and which ones only feed your insecurities. Maintaining your inner citadel, as the Stoics called it, requires more than just ignoring criticism. It requires building a strong sense of self that aligns deeply with your core values, your mission, and your truth. You develop emotional armor, not to keep others out, but to keep your sense of self intact. When you can hear both criticism and praise without losing your balance, you begin to move through life with confidence and clarity. Your actions start to reflect who you truly are, not a version of yourself shaped by pressure or public opinion. And here's the beautiful part. When you live authentically, when you walk your own path, you don't just change your life. You inspire others to do the same. You become a living example that it's possible to live with courage, To stay grounded even in a world full of judgment, this leads us to one of the most powerful affirmations Stoicism offers. Have you noticed how easily we lose the joy of the present by clinging too tightly to the past or obsessing over the future? Every time you remind yourself, I embrace the present moment, you're making a powerful, intentional decision to no longer let the shadows of yesterday or the echoes of tomorrow steal the brightness of today. This isn't about ignoring the past or neglecting the future. It's about shifting your attention back to where life is actually happening, this moment. Stoic philosophy teaches us that equanimity, calmness amidst chaos, is found not by controlling everything, but by learning to show up fully right now. When you truly live in the present, something incredible happens. You become more grounded, more resilient. You start appreciating each moment for what it is, not what it was or what it should be. You begin to learn from the past without being chained to it. You start planning for the future without being consumed by it. This balance, that space between letting go and leaning in, is exactly what Stoicism aims to achieve. And it gives you clarity, a calm mind, a steady heart. It also sharpens your ability to respond, rather than react. Instead of acting from fear or habit, you move with intention and purpose. Your mind is no longer scattered across timelines, it's focused, grounded, alert. That focus amplifies your creativity, improves problem solving, and strengthens your communication. Suddenly, you start noticing more, you listen more deeply, you respond more wisely, you begin to understand subtle cues in conversations and environments that you used to miss. And that leads to better decisions and deeper connections. But it goes beyond just productivity, it's also about people. Being present means engaging more fully with those around you, whether it's at work or at home. Your presence adds depth to relationships. You laugh more, understand better, and show up more fully. Even simple moments, a warm cup of coffee, the sound of laughter, or a quiet walk, become rich with meaning when you're truly present. This is the essence of mindful living. And it's not a destination. It's a habit, a practice, a way of being. Even the smallest moments, the rich aroma of your morning coffee, the golden touch of sunlight warming your skin, or the pure sound of someone you love laughing, carry more power than we often realize. They seem simple, ordinary, but in truth, they're the moments that shape the quality of our lives. That's why embracing the present is more than a philosophy, it's a way to elevate every single day. So I want to thank you for taking the time to be here with me today on Stoic Lifestyle. Whether you listen from your desk, your car, or your favorite quiet spot at home, know this: every minute you spend investing in your mind and your soul is time well spent. It means you're not just drifting through life, you're choosing to live it with awareness, depth, and intention. And here's what's most powerful: the ability to live a meaningful life isn't out there waiting for the perfect moment. It's in you, right now. All it takes is showing up fully, moment by moment, and seeing every experience as an opportunity to learn, grow, and be grateful. If today's insights sparked something within you, I invite you to keep going. Check out one of the videos on your screen now. Each one is created to help you master not just Stoic thinking, but the art of living well, calmly, wisely, and deeply. Join the conversation in the comments. Share how you bring Stoic principles into your own life. Because when we grow together, our growth lasts longer. And remember this: every sunrise brings a new chance, a new start, a clean page. So wake up tomorrow with courage, with presence, and with the quiet power of someone who knows the truth.